Welcome back, guys. This is a showcase video for my shiny Flower Crown Togetic. Alright, let's jump into it. So, with this team, this is the one that I finally settled on for like my favorite core Togetic team. It's going to consist of a shiny Swampert with Mud Shot, Hydro Cannon, and Earthquake. You could probably use Sludge Wave if you want, but Earthquake is just fine. So anyway, next up is going to be the Togetic itself. It's going to have Fairy Wind for its fast move since it finally got that as a buff. And then we also have Dazzling Gleam and Ancient Power. I did try to use Air Slash, but overall, Ancient Power turned out to be the better option to help protect yourself against everything that basically can threaten it, like the Ice types specifically. Ice types and Rock, no, not really Rock types. Mainly Ice types, that's the main problem, because Walrein, I don't know, whatever you guys want to call it. Show me in the comments for saying it incorrectly. That's the main thing, Ice types and specifically Walrein. So you're going to need Ancient Power to protect yourself or just to kind of manipulate the matchmaking algorithm to dissuade it from giving you Walrein matchups. Ever since I switched to Ancient Power, I don't know why, I just magically don't seem to run into it, especially with Bastion 2 on my team. Like, I hardly run into those two. I used to before with the other teams I was using, but when I use this team, again, it's so weird. It's like Walrein doesn't show up. Anyway, and then finally, the other core of this team is the Bastion, who's going to be the tank for this team. It's going to use Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower. So yeah, that's the premise. But yeah, I just lead with whatever the meta is calling for. Whenever I notice that I'm running into a specific common lead and one of them's going to be the better lead, then that's what I pick. And of course, 9 times out of 10 is going to be Swampert, but sometimes if I'm running into a bunch of flying leads, then, you know, like Skarmory leads and whatnot, then Bastion kind of makes sense. But beyond that, I hardly lead Togetic. I don't know why, it's just mainly because I want it to be the surprise pick, so that when people see it, they're like, oh my god, he's got the shiny Flower Crown Togetic, that's so amazing, I wish I could have that. So yeah, that's what I use. Alright, let's jump into the commentary. Next up, it's going to be Los Mazapan for this team. It's going to be Swampert leading against a Talonflame. So with this one, I have the favorable matchup, but you know what? They're most likely going to have the option of going for a Brave Bird, but instead they opt to switch out right away. So I'm going to go ahead and Earthquake this bad boy that we call a Azumarill. And then afterwards, we're just going to keep farming up here. Farm up towards an Earthquake, but we're most likely going to take this either Play Rough or Ice Beam. Alright, Ice Beam. Ice Beam. So yeah, we're going to charge up towards an Earthquake, bait them with a Hydro Cannon, and then see if they take the bait. Did they take the bait? Oh, they took the bait. Joke's on them. Alright, so we're going to keep Mud Shot spamming. And then this time we're just like, you know what? Let's just take it out. So that way I can at least have everything else run rampant, especially since we know. And they burned both of their shields, so now I am free to run rampant on them, especially since I know that this is an Ice Beamer. And now they're going to go ahead and go for Ice Beam again. And I don't know why, oh, that's why, because I brought in Togetic. I'm like so focused on commentary that I don't even see what I'm doing here. I'm focused my eyes on the Azumarill right now. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and go for another Ice Beam. I burn my shields in response. And then after that, I overfarm, but I'm just like, you know what? I gotta fire off one of these Ancient Powers, hopefully get the boost. Do we get the boost? No boost! But yeah, so we fire off the Ancient Power there, and then I'm just like, oh great, it's a Bastion. It's not a Bastion, it's a Stunfisk. And I'm just like, how am I gonna figure this one out? Because I am like one hit away from taking a, what's it called? An Earthquake. And I'm just like, I think this is gonna be game, set, and match on their end, because they're gonna go ahead and Earthquake my Bastion. Yep, there we go. Puts me in the red. And I'm just like, oh, great. Now I need to try to get to a Flamethrower. Can we get to it before they take me out? And that's a no. So they're going to go ahead and Rock Slide me here to take out my Bastion with a Rock Slide. And then I'm just like, all right, I got to go for this Dazzling Gleam. Can I get it? They're going to go ahead and go for Rock Slide. Are they going to knock me out? No, but it puts me in the red. So we're just going to overfarm here. And then they bring in their Talonflame. And I'm just like, all right, if I get the boost, there's hope here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Ancient Power. Boom, they survive, and they were able to take me out here with a Brave Bird most likely, or a Flame Charge. So yeah, we threw the match there and then just moved on. Alright, so now for the next one. It's going to be Swampert going up against a Scrafty. Yeah, that's my one loss I'm going to share. The rest are, maybe we'll have a loss in here, maybe we won't. Keep watching to find out. So yeah, Scrafty's going to go ahead and go for Counter and, Counter and Power Up Punch Spam. I go for the Earthquake, try to catch them off guard. I'm just like, great, they took the bait. So now I'm going to bring in Togetic to farm down and get a little bit of an energy lead here. After that, we take the Foul Play like a champ, and they bring in their Salazzle. So I'm just like, huh, Well, they're gonna try to Poison Fang me here, so I have to go ahead and just spam Ancient Power. Do we get the boost? Do we get the boost? No boost. Alright, so we're gonna go for it again. Can we get it here? Let's get it. Let's get it. Do we get it? And no boost. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just go try one more time. Can we get one more boost? Can we get one more? And we put him in the red at least before we go down. No boost. So yeah, Togetic goes down. Absolutely no boost. That's absurd. So anyway, they're gonna go ahead and Poison Fang and then let that go down. They're gonna switch in the Scrafty. I farm it down. In comes the Frostlass. They knew I got him, and I win without burning a single shield. Alright, now it's up against Bradley F. Just. They're going to be leading with a Dugong, and then this is what I was talking about here. I noticed that the meta was leading heavy on ice types and flyers, so at the time of this time. So that's why I put Bastion in the lead here. So we already know Dugong got Drill Run, so we're going to shield here to see if they're going to lead with Drill Run. I'm just like, okay, great. So maybe I can just let one through. Either way, I just needed to read if they were going to lead with that and then try to bait on Icy Wind on the second one. So yeah, they led with that. Hopefully they don't Icy Wind here. You're going to find out because I can't even remember at this point. Anyway, they're going to go ahead and go for the Drill Run. We let it go through because we can still tank one pretty well. We were going to try to farm down, and then of course they switched at the right time to bait us. So Quagsire eats a Stone Edge, but I can bring in Swampert. They're going to Mud Bomb spam, but at least I can pressure them with Hydro Cannon spam. So there's that at least. They go for the Mud Bomb, boom, puts me at half health. I can still let one more go through. I'm just like thinking, maybe I can catch him off guard. Let's go for an Earthquake here. Did we catch him off guard? We do! Knock him out! Woohoo! Alright. So anyway, next up it's going to be Dugong coming back in. I'm just like, alright, let's just go for a Hydro Cannon here, do some chip damage, and then bring in Togetic. Because if we can put it in the red and bring Togetic in, we can farm up from here on out. We do kind of want Dugong to take us out here, so let's see if that can actually happen. And it does. It's going to go for the Icy Wind. We go down. We can bring in Togetic to get a head start on charging some energy. But we didn't have enough, so obviously they're going to go for Icy Wind, Drill Run? Drill Run? That's what I get for auto-coasting. Anyway, here we go, yet another Salazzle, so I'm just like, you know what? Let's troll here. We're going to take out Salazzle with a Togetic, Shiny, Flower Crown. There's Ancient Power 1, no boost. Ancient Power 2, can we at least get the boost and finish with style? There we go, down goes the Salazzle, no boost. In comes Dugong, we farm down for the win. Nice! Alright, next up it's going to be Noble MC going up Bastiodon versus Metachan lead. I'm just like, great. So I start leading Bastiodon, and all of a sudden, all these Metachan leads start popping up. I'm just like, Well, I'm not gonna call it, but at the same time, that's strange that all these Metachan leads start showing up. But yeah, let's see what the bots are gonna say in the comment section, where they're just like, oh, do you really think that we are watching you? I'm just like, I have no idea. I don't care. I just find it weird that, like, anytime that I switch to lead, especially when my win rate goes above, it starts to encroach 60%, I magically go 1-4 or 0-5, and I'm just like, and I'm really trying. But I'm just like, I can only do so much with hard counter teams, guys. I don't know. Maybe when I start live streaming again, I can actually show, like, those weird occurrences, but either way, in the meantime, I'm having fun, especially if we're building teams. It's all about building new teams, especially with this shiny Flower Crown Togetic eating an Ice Punch against this Metachamp. They're going to go ahead and eat this Dazzling Gleam. What's it going to do? Is it going to let it through? It lets it through. Down goes the Metachamp to a Dazzling Gleam. Woo, that damage. Alright, next up is going to be getting farmed down by this Nidoqueen. I'm just like, I could hit it with an Ancient Power, but, I mean, that's not going to do anything. So let's just let Togetic go down. I bring in Bastiodon, so now I need to, like, watch out for the Earth Power, and I'm just like, how am I going to pull this off here? So now next up we just go for the Flamethrower, and is that going to be enough? Enough to burn a shield, but at the same time, now I need to survive a possible Earth Power. There's the Earth Power, we let it go through, that puts us in the yellow, and I'm just like, oh god, you gotta get to a Flamethrower, get to a Flamethrower, you can do it! So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and let this Poison Fang go through, and I'm just like, good, they thought that I was gonna shield it, good, keep going, we're so close! So yeah, now here, they're gonna go for yet another Poison Fang, or an Earth Power. They went for Poison Fang, and I'm just like, oh my god, Bastiodon, you did it! Go, go, go! Finish him off with a Flamethrower, go! And we're just like, no, it's so close, how did I undercharge? But we won. Yeah, I was just like, I can't believe it, that was ridiculously close, like, closer than it needed to be, but I don't know, that was a good match. Anyway, it's going to be Bastiodon going up against a Toxapex here, and it's going to be a neutral matchup. They're going to hit us with Brine, but Brine's going to tickle, and I get to keep hitting it with Smackdown and Stone Edge. There's the Brine. Look at that. Barely does any damage. I'm just like, ha, super effective. What was that? So anyway, in comes the Medicham, and I'm just like, cool. Come on, Togetic. Show these Medichams why, like, they got to watch out for the Togetic now. With the shiny Flower Crown aesthetic. Anyway, we're going to go up with a Dazzling Gleam here. And boom, knocks out the Medicham because they didn't see it coming. Either that or they were just like, he's going to hit me with an Ancient Power and Aerial Ace. I'm going to be just fine. So yeah, they wait there just to overcharge a little bit on their timer switch or whatever. And then after that, they're going to finish us off with a Rock Slide. And boom, down goes Togetic. Oh, but we were able to get the Ancient Power off before we went down. So we can survive like one Mud Shot. Ancient Power does chip damage. We go down. In comes the Swampert. We both have shields up, so now I gotta play the bait game and make them burn their shields, making them think, oh, it's an Earthquake coming, when I'm just like, you know what, technically I could just farm up towards an Earthquake to pressure them. But I do shield here just to see if I can dodge an Earthquake, and it was just a Rock Slide. I'm just like, oh, cool, so I took the bait. So yeah, there's a Hydro Cannon. They think I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, so they shield it, and then afterwards I'm like, this has gotta be the Earthquake. It's gonna be it. And I'm just like, there it is, there's an Earthquake, so I'm glad I shielded. So now we can just answer back, but then they're just like, haha, I knew that was coming, so I'm going to switch to my Toxapex. I'm just like, you cheeky SOB. So yeah, we're just going to overfarm here to 2 Hydro Cannons and then switch to Bastiodon. We're going to go ahead and follow that up with a Stone Edge. Are they going to let it go through, or are they going to tank it like a champ? They shield it! So yeah, there we go. Now they're just going to go ahead and farm us down a little bit. I'm just like, you know what, maybe I can let 2 Bryans through, because I'm more concerned about making sure that I can safely fire off a Hydro Cannon on the switch end down the road. So they're going to go ahead and double Brine me here, and then I'd narrowly survive it. And so I'm going to let them do a little more chip damage so that I don't have to worry about like the Stunfisk coming in and over farming to an Earthquake. So there's a Stone Edge, down goes a Toxapex. And then after that, in comes their Stunfisk, and I'm just like, this is my window, they're in the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Hydro Cannon, and the Hydro Cannon's going to rip in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Down goes that. Stunfisk is down for the win. Now we're up against Benicio Frauchia. It's going to be a... Ooh, not a bad matchup. It's going to be Bastiodon versus Umbreon. It's going to be somewhat neutral, so I can just kind of like chip it. It's going to be the battle of the tanks, so, you know, wake me up when this is over. This is not the best thing to spectate. Anyway, they go for the Dark Pulse, so I'm just like, well, but at least it's a Dark Pulser, so they're going to just be able to hit us. We're just going to just smack each other silly for just a little bit. They go for a Dark Pulse. Boom. There we go. And then I'm going to follow it up with the Stone Edge of my own here. Here comes the Stone Edge and firing off in 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Oh, you know what? While this is happening, I do want to share something. When I was doing my field research the other day, I was lucky enough to get a shiny Bowtie Lapras. Because at the time of this editing, that's the event that we're on right now. And I was just like, oh my god, I cannot wait to make that for a video for Ultra League. Alright, so we won that matchup against Umbreon. Down goes my Bastiodon to their Medicham, so now I can bring in Togetic here. Togetic is going to just, you know, farm up towards Dazzling Gleam. I might go for an Ancient Power here just to see if I can bait them into shielding. They go for the Power Up Punch, and I'm just like, what are they doing here? Don't they have Ice Punch or something? Can't they hit me with like stupid, super effective damage? There we go. It's a +1 Ice Punch. It takes like 2/3 of my health away. But they switch into a Stunfisk, so now they're locked into that matchup with their shiny Galarian Stunfisk against my shiny Swampert. So they Rock Slide. I'm going to go ahead and charge up towards an Earthquake to make them think that I'm going for that, when really it's just spamming Hydro Cannons and making them second guess themselves. So yeah, Hydro Cannon 1, they shield it, and then after that, they're going to start going for probably Earthquakes here, and I'm just like, you know what, let's just let it go through and see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I'm feeling gutsy. So yeah, now they're going to go for Rock Slides from here on out because my health is low enough to faint to a Rock Slide, especially with their Mud Shot spam. And I'm just like, nope, I'm going for Hydro Cannon here. Hydro Cannon 1, let it through, and boom, they shield it. Now we just go ahead and switch into a Medicham matchup, and I'm just like, alright, fine then. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam this thing and see if I can catch it off guard. Do they shield it? Oh, they don't shield it. Boom, down goes the Medicham. They have no shields left, so now I'm just going to try to take it out with double Dazzling Gleams here. I'm just like, if I can finish this off with Dazzling Gleams, that'll be the cheekiest win ever. I'm going to try and go for it. So yeah, there we go. And then after that, did we shield this? I can't remember. Just like, was I stupid enough to try that? I was not stupid enough to do that. So, Yep, we just bring in Swampert, play it safe, Hydro Cannon this Stunfisk, and then move on to the next battle here. Boom, for the win. Down goes that Stunfisk. Alright, next up, Josh Marley 1, 2, 3. Gonna be Bastiodon leading against a Drifblim. That's a favorable lead on my end. So they're gonna swap out right away into a Dugong that can Drill Run me, and I'm just like, I guess I can just kind of work with this. Like basically, what they can do is just Drill Run me, and I can just farm this thing down as much as I can, go for a Stone Edge, see if I can force them to shield, because they're probably thinking, I need to Drill Run this thing and take down this Bastiodon because he can counter. And I'm just like, little do you know, I have an Ancient Power Togetic waiting in the back to counter your Drifblim. So let's just go on and carry on with this battle and see what happens. So yeah, Dugong's gonna go ahead and go for the Drill Run, and I'm just gonna, do I shield this one? Yeah, I do, because I overfarm here. So yeah, Dugong goes for another Drill Run. After that, I farm down the Dugong, and I can let, oh, it's a Stunfisk. Of course they know not to switch into that, because they know that they're about to eat a Stone Edge to the face. So yeah, I go for the Flamethrower here, and then after that, we charge up towards another Flamethrower. And they're most likely going to either shield it or let it go through. Let's find out. There we go. They let it go through. Does a nice chunk of damage. They bring in the Drifblim. They're locked into the Drifblim. And I'm just like, well, I guess I can just double Hydro Cannon this thing and take it out before it can do any damage to me. Or fire a charge move. That's in the half health. Is this Hydro Cannon going to be enough to take it out? Let's find out. And we're going for an excellent 3, 2, 1, boom. And it was enough. Boom. Next up, Swampert's going to come in. And actually, not Swampert. It's Stunfisk. Trying to overcompensate here. They Earthquake. I narrowly survived, but down goes my Swampert. And then next up, I'm just gonna timer stall just a little bit here because I want to try to catch with what's it called, Bastiodon, but then finish with style with a Dazzling Gleam. So they're gonna Rock Slide here, and then I'm gonna eat it. It's gonna do super effective damage, but I'm still in the green at least. They're gonna fire off another Rock Slide, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I need to go for the Dazzling Gleam finish, So yeah, we go for the Dazzling Gleam here, and then we're gonna let it rip in 3, 2, 1, boom! Down goes narrowly survives it. But yeah, we just farm down here, we try to, and then the Stunfisk, Galarian's gonna finish me off with a Rock Slide. Oh, Earthquake, even cheekier. But we farm it down with Fairy Wind. Togetic takes down the Stunfisk. Oh, it happened, people. So yeah, now we're up against Pile Lava Go. It's gonna be Umbreon versus Stunfisk. I guess we already know what's going to happen here. It's just going to fall asleep. So anyway, while this is going on, so yeah, again, I got a Lapras, and then not only that, I hatched a shiny Tyrogue. I don't know what to do with the shiny Tyrogue. It's going to evolve into a Hitmonlee, but I'm more impressed with the Lapras. I'm most likely going to max it out to 2500, because when I did the CP check to see which one it would be best suited for, even though the IVs are met. Oh, we switched. Let's make it interesting now. It's going to be interesting now. So it's going to be Lantern going up against a Swampert. They're going to hit me with Surf Spam. I'm going to try to bait them with Hydro Cannons, but also try to nail the perfect Earthquake here. So yeah, we charge up towards an Earthquake. We go for Hydro Cannon to see if they're going to take the bait. Do they take the bait? Yes, they shield it. So now they're down one shield. They're going to go ahead and go for another Surf's Up, but I choose to shield here because I want to win this matchup and flip the tables on my end. So yeah, there we go. And then I'm just like, you know what? Let's go for an Earthquake here and see if we can catch them off guard. Do they fall for it? And Earthquake, they shield it. Ah, oh, so close. But yeah, either way, now we can kind of risk letting them go down here. And they're going to go ahead and just go for the Surf. Swampert's knocked out, barely surviving. But now we're going to bring in Bastiodon here because we can take Surfs no problem. One at the most. We can take one Surf at the most. And then afterwards, then we have to start thinking about shielding here. So yeah, we just charge up just a little bit. Be right before they can Surf us again. And then we go for the Stone Edge. Are they going to shield here? Can they even shield? No, they can't. They have no shield. But he narrowly survived so that they can go for a Surf. And I'm just like, you've got to be fluffy kidding me right meow. So anyway, down goes that. In comes the Umbreon. I'm just like, cool. So now I can start pressuring him to switch out here because they can Last Resort me, but for the most part, I can take it no problem. They go for the Psychic. It's a Psychic Umbreon. So now we can just, again, overfarm. They're going to go for another Psychic. We can let it go through. But we still need to find out, is there anything in the back? Yeah, there's still one more in the back. So now we just overcharge here. Try to time it right. See if we can get the boost on the Ancient Power so that we can set up for a Rampage on whatever comes in. There's the Ancient Power onto the Umbreon. And we got the boost! We got the boost! Alright, so here we go. Next up, it's going to be Umbreon going for a Psychic. Does the tickle damage here. In comes a Medicham. And here we go. Watch this. 3, 2, 1. Dazzling Gleam on the Medicham. Look at that damage. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Not surviving that. Oh gosh. Togetic with a Dazzling Gleam. Don't sleep on it. Togetic is amazing now. They made Togetic amazing again. Was it ever amazing? I don't really know. Anyway, so yeah, I don't remember what the lead was there, but they switched into a Pelipper because I'm watching this way too quickly. Anyway, there's a Pelipper. I switch into the Bastiodon. We're gonna both hit each other for super effective, so it's gonna be pretty much an unstoppable force versus an unstoppable force, just smacking each other silly here. Anyway, they go for Weather Ball. I shield 1 so that I can over farm and then like take some heavy hits. So, but at the same time, our health will be low enough so that like we can basically fire off some charge moves and then let it go down safely. And then in comes the Stunfisk. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for a flamethrower here. Boom, they shield it. And then afterwards, we're gonna charge up, see if we can get one more flamethrower before they try to Earthquake here. And then here we go. Ready in 3, 2, 1. They shield both of them, so now they have no shields left. I can safely let this Stunfisk go. Oh, by the way, I do want to plug this artist on YouTube, Game Metal. This is the Genova remix. I did donate money to him because I really like his music. But I also asked him, can I use this song in my videos? Pretty please. And he was like, okay. But yeah, can't recommend him enough. Anyway, now let's finish this battle off. It's going to be a... what's it called? Trevenant going up against a Togetic because we both swapped out, and I followed behind him with that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that matchup with a Swampert versus a Trevenant. So we're gonna do this instead. Go for the Dazzling Gleam. Rip! Woo! So much damage. Down goes the Trevenant to the Togetic, and then afterwards in comes the Stunfisk, and we're gonna finish it off here. But then they threw the match here because it paused. So yeah, so we're just gonna finish them off for the win as soon as we can. But yeah, thanks again for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, subscribe, hit notifications, and if you like this team, copy it and let me know what your success is.